Hello, everyone. This is the Highrise Elevator Lover, and I'm now live. Now, 0 viewers. That's exactly what I thought I would have. Well, I'm currently live right now. It's the Highrise Elevator Lover, and this is my subscribers discussion. And I didn't think there'd be really any people, so I didn't think anyone would care if I started 10, 13 minutes late, because last I checked, the video that was the announcement for the live stream, let's just say that it only had 4 views, which means at most 4 people, and I know I counted for at least one of them. So at most maybe 3 people knew this was going to happen, or 1 or 2. That's not that many. So I'm not honestly surprised that no one showed up to be on the stream, but I'm just going to talk now since it's a monologue. Maybe I might get lucky and someone will join in maybe 20 minutes. I'm not going to say who right now, just in case he doesn't join. It's his business. But basically, I'm just going to talk about some things I've got coming up in the near or possible future. I say possible because some of this revolves around family plans and both of my parents, whether or not they agree on whether or not we can go somewhere. And that's personal, so I'm not going to release, I'm not going to confirm anything as far as that goes, just because I can't physically confirm it until it's actually done. And there's some things in there that I'm not going to talk about because they're not just personal to me, they're personal to other people as well. And I have a policy about personal information. I do not reveal mine or other people's personal information on the internet. That's just rude. And I will protect my own privacy. That means I should also protect other people's as well. That's only courteous. All right, well, what I've got coming up, this information I will release that I can actually confirm, is I am leaving on a jet plane, and I do know when I'll be back again. So I'm leaving tomorrow on a Southwest flight. I won't give you the flight number. Yeah, I doubt any of my viewers are just going to sit at home on their iPhones and track my flight on FlightAware, but just in case there's that one person out there who not a subscriber of mine that might do that, I'm not going to give out my flight number, but I will be flying to Phoenix tomorrow for the weekend. And it's not an elevator foaming trip. Let's put it this way. This is just similar to my trip to Baltimore last month, where I'm not paying for it. Someone else is. It's an organization. And I'm going up there because I'm part of an event that's being conducted by this organization. In this case, I'm a mentor for the event, and they're paying for me to fly. At most, you will get 2 elevator videos. And if you're lucky and no one's monitoring my hotel room, I might give you a hotel tour. Especially if I have the room by myself, I'll definitely give you a room tour. So you can get a possible hotel tour out of it. At most, 2 elevator videos. And that would be because I don't know if they have an elevator at this other place, or if our time that we're allowed to roam the place, if I would even get any time to myself to actually film it, just because it's not something they'd probably want me doing, or something I'd want to do in front of a group of 5 other people, especially the people who know my name. So it's not exactly, because they probably wouldn't want me to be doing that, and that's not the purpose of the event, and it might, in some other people's eyes, detract from the event. I'm not trying to make, a whole bunch of just excuses for why I'm not doing it. It's just I am having to operate within the structure of an event, and that usually dictates what I can and cannot do in circumstances like this. But because I don't have my own transportation, so I can't go around Phoenix and do a whole bunch of stuff, or the airport either, for that matter, because we're just generally just escorted out, and that's a different thing altogether. But I will do everything within my power to give you the hotel elevators. I'm pretty sure it's the Hilton Garden Inn near the airport. I've looked up videos. I think they're 10 floors. I will do everything within my power to get those videos, to get those elevators to myself and get a video of them. That I should be able to do. Room tour, if I'm in the room by myself, 100% I can give you that. Hotel tour, if I can get to some of the parts of the hotel by myself, I can give you that. Now, as far as the other place that I might go to, that I will be going to in Phoenix, I don't know if they have an elevator. If they do, I don't know if I can get to myself, but if they have an elevator first, and if I can get to it myself second, then third, I will film it. That is not a guarantee. That is just a possibility. So that's Phoenix. I'll be coming home on Sunday with a nice, lovely connection in Chicago. We all love connecting flights. In this case, I get a 2-hour layover in an airport where I'm not being supervised, which is great. Just what I want, actually. I like independence, which I don't really get too much of because I live in the suburbs, not in a city. So no public transit, no way for me to actually spread my wings and get out of the house. do anything that I like to do without having to rely on other people to drive me around, and that really bums me out. But in this case, I'm flying and I'm connecting in flight. So first I fly to an airport where I just have a layover on the way there, but I connect in Chicago on the way back. Got a 2-hour layover. And I'll probably eat lunch at the airport and do stuff. And then I don't know if they have elevators there, but it'd be cool if I get an elevator view in Illinois. That would be nice, just to cross another state off my list if I could find an elevator. Now, if I can get in and film it with my suitcase, that's another thing. But if I can, I will. I have to find one first. But that's just something that can possibly happen. And if it does happen, and it can happen, then it will happen if I can make it happen. Now, granted, keep in mind, I am in an airport, for starters. 2, unless I really need to use the elevator, I probably won't find it, because I generally would have to ask someone where that is. And that means if I'm asking someone where it is, that means I have a shadow. And shadow usually, for me, in that circumstances, either means a passenger who's concerned about whether or not I know where I'm going, or a airport security person who's concerned about whether or not I know where I'm going, or just where I'm going in general. And if any of you see my videos, you've seen, not just security people who've wondered, I don't know if a lot of you seen this, but like just a lot of people tend to be concerned if whether or not, I know where I'm going or what I'm doing. So I'm conspicuous that way because I attract that kind of attention from people. People see me walking around and they wonder, do I know what I'm doing? Because I may not be walking the most direct, as in like straight line path or something. I may be hitting the wall and having to correct. Sometimes I overcorrect when I do that, but I get people's attention sometimes. Not really, I don't want to go around getting all the people's attention, but you've probably seen in some of my videos where people are asking me if I need help or if I know where I'm going. And sometimes I get people, it can be either, usually I'm in hotels, so hotel guests or people who just wonder if I know where I'm going. Sometimes security. But in the airport, that's a little bit more conspicuous. After all, it is an airport, and people, you have security concerns are always like elevated at airports. I filmed one elevator in an airport just because I had families show me to it and they let me do it. So, and that was, of course, would be Seattle Airport. Family showed me where the elevator was because we went there as a family and they just left me to it, to my own devices, so I could film it. And that's how I got that elevator at that airport. But I haven't gotten any other airport elevators just because they're either traveling with family who are in a hurry to get somewhere and don't care whether or not we get the elevator, or just don't want me filming it, or whether we're in a hurry, like I said. Or 2, most times I've been through airports were more than 2 years ago, so I haven't really been filming since 2 years ago. And 3, like I said, I'm usually with family, so that means they're in a hurry to get out of the airport and get to the car, get home usually, or get to where we're trying to go. But if I can make it work, I will. And actually what I might do, since I can't get a whole bunch of elevator videos just for you people, I'll try to sneak video of the airplane taking off, which they usually don't want your devices out. I can put them in airplane mode. I don't know if they really want them out, but I could try to film. I'll have an aisle seat. Window seats aren't really my thing just because, 1, I'm blind, so what would I do with a window seat in the first place? And 2, the aisle is really easy to get up and get in now. So, all that being said, that's my trip to Phoenix. And now, on to other possibilities. What I might want to do in the future, what I definitely want to do, might be able to do. It's a possibility. I have a Skype message. And if it's who I think it is, and no, that's not who I thought it would be. Nope, not who I thought it would be. So, scratch that. What I want to do is go back to New York City for the 3rd time since I was filming. You've seen the results of my last 2 trips. First time I went to New York, I was not an expert after all. I was filming by myself for the first time in my life, and yeah, I got some really great elevators, but I filmed them all in portrait, which, being blind, I don't really know the consequences of that. And there's this really cool 1920s Otis that I got, those gated. which was really awesome, by the way, that I got in Summit, New Jersey. And I wish I'd filmed that better just because it's an awesome elevator. I mean, I bet everyone, or like, almost everyone on YouTube who's in the elevator community appreciated an old elevator like that. And they're pretty rare to come across. And plus, you have to get permission to get in that building because it's an apartment complex, which I was lucky enough to get permission to get in that building, the apartment complex. Nice old elevator. Same with Summit Grand Hotel. Those are also old elevators. And then next time I went to New York, I had other people with me who were less concerned about me filming elevators and more concerned about being in, well, one of them in particular was pretty impatient. The other was more of a calming influence, but I'm not going to name anyone in particular just because it's my family and it's personal. But we made it to the World Trade Center Memorial, and they're about ready to give up, but we made it there. I only got to film 3 hotels, 2 retakes, and the Hyatt Times Square, which for anyone who wonders the Hyatt Times Square, one person who I talked to who was near the area didn't know it existed and kept thinking it was something on 39th Street. But the location of the Hyatt Times Square, it's 54-floor hotel, Kone Alta Highrise Attractions, is located at 45th Street between Times Square and 6th Avenue. So where Broadway and 7th Avenue are merged together, between there and 6th Avenue on the north side of 45th Street. So if you're heading towards 6th Avenue, it's on the left. If you're heading away from 6th Avenue, it's on the right. All right. So it's about halfway down the avenue block. It's a tall and slender building, 54 floors. And that's the only new thing I filmed. Now, this year, I am not going to say anything in particular, but I might have, more enthusiastic person taking me into New York City as far as elevator filming goes. And I'm going to leave it at that. But new targets of opportunity for filming for me: One World Trade Center Observatory elevators, Millennium Hilton Hotel at One World Trade Center, maybe some elevators at Penn Station or some other subway stations, elevators at Empire State Building Observatory, the main elevators at Top of the Rock Observatory, Hilton Hotel Midtown, Residence Inn Central Park, located about between 54th and 55th Streets, or 55th and 56th, somewhere in there on Broadway. Then from there, I'll retake the Westin, retake Marriott Marquis, retake Doubletree, retake Crown Plaza and Sheraton if I can, and retake Hyatt if I can do all of that together. Then I'm thinking about, elevators at Hudson Yards, the incline elevators at the subway station, maybe a rail fan take of one of the trains for a couple of stops, one of the R160s, 142s, or 143s, just because I'm blind and those have the automated announcements, which make them awesome to me because I can map the subway by listening to those videos. And I'm trying to think of where else was I thinking of. There were a couple of other places I was thinking of. I'm not going to disclose those because they're office buildings, and I don't know if I can get access to them or not, and that depends on people and circumstances, to be honest with you. And someone might help me get a reconnaissance report on one place that I might be trying to get in, I might want to get into, that I don't know if I can, and I'll be, getting that information in the future. I don't know when, but when I get that information, I will then be able to determine whether or not I film that particular building or not. But I've just listed all the hotels in Times Square that you can get into. Now, there are a couple of others in Times Square. The W Hotels, 57 floors, yes. Is it unlocked? No. And is it worth going to? Only if you know that you can hitchhike to 57. That's what would make it worth going to. Because if you're in those elevators and you don't have a key card, unless you do it the high-rise elevator lover way, which is wait in the elevator for someone to get on, or if they're too suspicious, get on with the next person, pretend to be a guest, and then hit 57 when they hit their floor. That's the other way you can do it. But you hitchhike, and then you get hopefully a nonstop express cab on trip down the buildings. You can get a cab view, which is always nice. Now, after that, of course, that would be about all. I basically have an exhausting day planned, and I'm not going to film everything I do. I might, mess around with this person. I might go on some of the subways, just ride around a little bit, get a feel for the city some more. I love that place. New York City is it's somewhere I want to live in the future. I love it. It's my favorite place to be on earth right now. So That's what I want to do. Can I do it? I can confirm it, or I can't confirm it now, but when I can confirm it, if I can confirm it, I won't confirm it too far in advance. I would confirm it like right near the date that I do what I plan to do, if I can do it. Or just wait until after it's said and done and then confirm that I did it before I start uploading videos, which might be the more prudent course just in case last minute things happened. I would hate to look like an idiot by saying I'm going to do something and not doing it. That really sucks to say you're going to do something and not do it, which I have done that before in real life, and I don't like the feeling of it. So, well, whatever. Don't want to bore everyone to death. Wonder how long this video is. I can't actually measure the time of it right now. I could go view it for a minute. Let me go to my personal website. For any of you who have not yet become familiar with my website, it is the highriseelevatorlover.ddns.net. Now, I'm good with computers, so I made this website in Microsoft Word. It makes the HTML for you. And then I had the web server. I ran all the networking myself, port forwarded, got the servers running on my computer, got web server, FTP, email server, all of it linked to my domain. Now, it's really awesome. But hold on, let me go to the Highrise elevator lover.ddns.net. Now, if any of you are concerned, or rather not concerned, or just curious about why my website never seems to be up, if any of you have tried to go to it before, it would be because my website is, of course, run on my laptop. The same with my email server, which means if my laptop isn't running and connected to my home network, it's not up. For instance, my website email server will not be up again until Sunday night at the earliest, because after I shut it down for the night, again, I'll be flying to Phoenix. So it won't be that easy, but for my laptop, yeah. So I have welcome to the official site of the Highrise Elevator Lover after the Highrise Elevator Home. Now, I'm about to have a call from a person on Skype. I'll be back in a little bit, okay? All right, I'll be back. All right, I'm back. Yeah, I just muted for a while. I have one viewer right now. Oh, that's me. I'm an idiot. That's me. I'm the one viewing myself. So I like the delay on that. It lets me kind of view my website. 1620 of 1620. So I've got like 16 minutes so far, or at least according to that. That's published. Now, there we go. So I like the delay. It gives me the chance to kind of maneuver on that on my website. Now I'm about to call an elevator filmer. And I'm going to mute for a little bit. I'll be right back. I hope in a minute or two, maybe. All right. All right, I'm back. And try not to curse on my live stream. We are live. Hello, Appalachian Elevators, and welcome. How are you doing?
Good.
Good. Well, I was just talking about, my favorite place in the world to visit, which I'm not confirming anything. Hint, hint. If you know what I mean. I don't know if I'll be able to go again this year or not, or rather when. That's a family thing, of course. But I just said where I'd like to go if I did go again this year, which I do want to, as you know.
Which I have just gotten out of as of 1:47 a.m. this morning.
Yes,
hint,
nice.
Hint, if you know what I mean.
I do know what you mean. Not many other people do, but I do know what you mean. Yeah. But there are a lot of, do you know of any other high-rise hotels that I haven't mentioned? Like, well, I know the Waldorf Astoria was one I was thinking about, but I didn't mention. That's like 42.
Yeah. I did film one when I was in the city.
Yeah. And who recommended that to you? Yeah.
You did.
Yeah, in fact, I actually just gave everyone on YouTube directions on how to get to that hotel, or rather the exact location in Manhattan. Not 7 minutes ago. And that is, of course, the Hyatt. Oh, of course I'll talk about the Hyatt. 45th Street, Times Square. It's between Times Square and 6th Avenue.
It is halfway between 7th and 6th. It felt a little closer to 6th.
Yeah, I honestly think it did too, because like I said, well, I didn't say that, but like I said to you, when I left with the people I was in the city with last year, we went straight to the 6th Avenue subway at 42nd Street, Bryant Park. Just because we thought that, one, that would be closer, and two, it's just easier to deal with the fewer people in 6th Avenue than the bigger crowds at Times Square. If you're thinking about it that way. And then we made it to where we were going. Like I said, we went to the World Trade Center Memorial, but I hope to actually be able to film more if I go this year, because, there's a lot more. There's a lot I haven't gotten to yet. Like I just listed Millennium Hilton, like Waldorf Astoria, the Hilton Midtown. Oh, the Millennium Hotel. That's another one I didn't mention. That's actually confirmed 52. Yeah, I think the Millennium's confirmed 52.
How is that confirmed? I don't know of any videos on YouTube.
Look it up, Millennium Hotel, Millennium Broadway. I was actually just listening to a video, well, not yesterday, actually. It was yesterday while you were in the city.
I was thinking Hilton.
No.
Which I should have known better, because Hilton is taller.
You should have known better because you filmed it.
No. Taken as well. As a matter of fact, I think I recall on a phone call with you.
Interrupting your video. Yeah.
No. I think I recall on a phone call with you the day before.
And the day of. I was talking to you probably, 2 minutes before you filmed it, and then I called you and your phone rang in the elevator while you were going down. I think that was me too.
I was referring to something else. Oh shit.
Oh. Careful now.
I thought my SD card just broke.
Oh, careful. Did it break or?
I'll find out in a minute.
Oh, jeez. Well, my SD cards haven't broken. My SD card reader on my computer, that has broken. And it's a brand new computer too. I mean, it broke within a month of me getting this computer. That's embarrassing. Within a month of getting this computer, I managed to break the SD card reader. And I've had 2 laptops for 4 years with SD card readers, and I've never broken one. That's embarrassing.
As I was saying, I am right now in the process of pulling my Ooh, it still reads.
Awesome. Are you about to upload an awesome high-rise elevator?
I'm about to empty my camera.
Oh, you have a lot more than that on there.
No, some stuff isn't really G-rated.
Yeah. But
What?
I look forward to that when you do upload it.
Nothing's wrong here.
Oh. Did you notice how I did the embed code on my website?
As a matter of fact, I'm going to give everybody on here. Can I share screens on this?
You can, I can't because I don't know how to. Or rather, not that I don't know how to, it's just that it's about as accessible as a rock, or rather it's accessible as the DC Metro. Which, if for those of you who don't know, the DC Metro, except for 3 trains at peak time, does not have stop announcements, which for blind people is not accessible because we have to rely on other people to determine where our stops are.
That is if they choose to. That is, I mean, of course, the conductors are supposed to.
And that's if you can understand the conductors who are talking at 70 miles an hour with a French accent or whatever. You know, sometimes you get conductors, especially in New York, that will have accents, and then they'll talk 10 times faster than they need to, and it makes it hard for anyone to understand. And especially if there are people in the subway talking to you. The good thing with the automated announcements is they're usually spoken slowly and clearly by intelligible voices, which makes it really easy to hear.
Makes it much easier.
Yes.
We're in Midtown Hyatt going down.
Here we are.
I'm going to need a down take on this, to be honest.
Whoa, that was actually a lot louder voice than the other one. Oh, you didn't go down to C. The lobby button is so big, it's actually kind of intimidating. It's a weird button layout, just so you know, in those elevators, Appalachian elevators.
Yes, I am fully aware from writing.
Yeah.
It was 35. It's about 35 seconds from the top to the bottom on the
That's
Highrise.
pretty good for 54 floors. Even though the acceleration sucks, they're still pretty fast.
The acceleration on those things is horrible. It takes about 10 floors to get up to full speed.
Yeah, well, welcome to the
Trade Center has faster acceleration.
Yeah, no, let's put it this way. Hyatt Times Square, Westin Times Square, let's compare the two. I think the Westin Times Square takes 8 floors to accelerate, and they go about the same speed. Nice, right?
A minute. That sounds about right.
Yeah, so the acceleration might suck, but at least those talk. And unlike the one in my take that I did, actually, I did do one full round trip in those from 54 to 54. I was gonna do another one, but then other people got on, so I just ended it when it stopped going down. But mine was the elevator that served the entire building, and I'm pretty sure it took longer. It takes longer in that particular elevator. You're lucky you got this.
I found an elevator video on my camera that's 1 gigabyte long.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna put my phone on Do Not Disturb for a minute, just so it's not sending personal stuff. I'll be right back.
The video is 12 minutes long and is in a 27-floor building.
The video is what?
The video is 12 minutes long and in a 27-floor building.
Jeez, and is that how slow the elevators are? Or just the weight?
The elevators are slow because they're busy.
Yeah. But the Hyatt's also busy because there's 5 elevators for 54 floors, and when you do the math and the number of guests there in that hotel, granted there are only 11 rooms on a floor because the building's narrow as all get out, but still 5 elevators for the height that it serves.
Well, for this Well, for this, it's a college library, and it's 27 floors. Do I need to say more? And also, all the elevators serve every floor in the building.
Yeah, that's smart. It reminds me of the Westin Charlotte, 6 elevators, 25 floors, and instead of doing it has a 13. So instead of doing a set up to 13, a set express to 13, they just did all the elevators serve the whole building. That's crazy. But anyway, yeah, the Hyatt, at least the elevator I was going to say is the voice wasn't as well pronounced, as in like it wasn't as loud as the one you got. Your voice was much louder and clearer than the one I got, which is just makes it easier to understand, and it just it's better. Shame the lounge was blocked off.
So I have on Wikipedia the Web Du Bois Library.
Mm-hmm. You pulled up the university library on the computer?
It is the second tallest library in the world.
Nice. What's the tallest library in the world?
Sadly, it does not say. It is also the 23rd tallest educational building in the world.
How does Cathedral Learning rank on that?
I will find out. The building was built in 1974.
Interesting.
It says the floor count's only 26, but there was a 13th, but that's wrong.
Yeah, well, Wikipedia said that the Aria Hotel had 61 floors, and I went there a few years ago in Vegas. The high-rise section had 44, and it was labeled 54, but in Vegas, a lot of hotels skip 40 to 49, so you cannot rely on that. And since the high-rise elevator went 39.50, you get the picture. And there's no express in, by the way. But yeah, it was 44 floors when Wikipedia had it labeled as 61. Brilliant. Now, that's a lot more off than what you're looking at right there. 1 floor off in the wrong direction, and Wikipedia was about 17 floors off in the wrong direction.
The funny part is, for me, the floor count is less than what I noticed.
I know, and that's actually better for us. But for me, it was 17
Mind you,
floors
the
more
height
than
of the building is 296.5 feet.
Yeah.
So
just over 10. What?
Just over 10 feet of floor.
Yes.
Which for a library is pretty good, because normally library stacks are like 7 feet.
Speaking of libraries, how tall is the New York City Library?
There's like 95 different branches of it, so the main building is only like 4 floors.
What about the one you were at?
Which was the main one.
Oh. Is that the one with the stone lions out front that they show in Ghostbusters?
Excuse me, I believe your answer is correct.
Yeah. That's a pretty famous building in New York City. Even though it's about as tall as some buildings in my home little hick town that I live in that I'm not going to name. Yeah. It'd be nice if they actually had the library in New York City fashion and they put it in, say, the World Trade Center or something on like floors 80 to 90.
Yeah.
That would be really nice. Then people would have to use the office elevators. But sadly, they didn't do that. Although one thing I do like, more and more New York City subway trains are having automated announcements. I think there is at least one train with automated announcements on every line in Midtown, and on plenty lines outside of that borough. I know in Bronx you have
Just so everyone is aware, if you do go to the W.E.B. Du Bois Library, do not go to, if you're trying to get some views of the area, do not go to 26. It even says in the building, not in the elevator itself, but on the 26th floor elevator lobby, and on the website and on the internet, go to 23 for the best views.
Although if you're blind and you just care about the elevators, go to 26. And that would be me.
Remember, there are sighted people that are probably watching this.
Yeah, probably 99.9% As far as blind elevator filmers on YouTube, I have run across exactly one other blind elevator filmer than myself. And like as you know, we are in the minority. I understand that. And I get that. Which just makes it more unlikely you would find one of us. But there are blind people out there. And I tend to, since I am blind, I tend to, try to add more description to my videos that way. Just, I narrate everything.
Let me see. I'm going to check something on Wikipedia right now, and it says... nope. I was trying to see if it had anything. Oh, there is another 16-floor classroom building on the University of Massachusetts campus.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I have filmed the elevator in the building.
Yeah. Speaking of which, are those going to be uploaded anytime soon?
I just remembered that they were on my camera today.
Awesome. So now that you've dumped your camera to your computer, some more videos should start popping out. So everyone who's a subscriber or just viewing this, Appalachian Elevators, will have some awesome videos coming out soon. At least
And I do have one.
Yeah.
One from the state of Vermont.
One from the state of Vermont, one from the city of New York, and 2 from the state of Massachusetts, and some others that might come out soon.
No, it's more like 5 to 7 from Massachusetts.
From the state of So not just those 2 buildings, but some other stuff in between.
But all of my Massachusetts elevators are from the University of Massachusetts at Amherst.
Yeah, UMass Amherst.
Okay, so Cathedral of Learning is the 4th tallest education building in the world.
Whoa. I wonder, so if that's the 4th tallest, what's the tallest educational building in the world? Well, it should be a college dorm in some Muslim country in the Middle East or something like UAE or...
No, actually.
What? What's the tallest in the world?
Russia has the tallest.
Russia? That just... You know how funny that sounds? Russia has the tallest educational building in the world. Gotta admit, that's kind of funny.
Moscow State University.
Moscow State University. How tall is that place?
787 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Floor count, on the other hand, is 36.
Floor count is 36. And what about El Spire? Is there a spire?
Let's see if I can.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find.
Tallest educational building in the world is in Russia.
From the looks of it, the answer, ironically, is
no.
Yes.
Oh, yes, they do have a spire.
But from the looks of it, it's used.
It's what?
The building does not have its own. The building does not have its own Wikipedia page.
Oh, geez. Well, then again, it's in Russia, and they censor everything. I'm not surprised there.
Looks like the building has at least 15 to 16 elevator banks.
Banks or just elevators?
No, sets of elevators.
Whoa. Oh my gosh. 15 to 16 sets of elevators. I know, let's see. Let's just put it this way. All of the there are 16 elevators in the main bank at the Marriott Marquis. Multiply that by, oh my god, well, I don't know. Well, multiply that by, say, how many elevators are in each set on average?
Please note there's another Wikipedia area that lists the building as a different floor count entirely.
What's the floor count in that?
According to a different part of Wikipedia is noting it as 42.
Yeah, slightly improved in the floor count.
And the same as Cathedral. the same as Cathedral of Learning.
Cathedral of Learning's 40. Elevator goes 36 to 40, the one with the key.
The website shows Wikipedia has the list of like the 50 tallest
Oh, geez.
educational buildings.
That is interesting, though.
The lore in the United States. Oh, there's one in New Haven, Connecticut.
Whoa. New Haven, Connecticut.
46th tallest education in the world.
46th. And let me guess, it's shorter than 20 floors.
It's 250 feet, 16 floors. It is called the Kine Biology Tower.
Welcome to New Haven. And what's the tallest in the U.S.?
And sarcastically, there's probably a shooting there within the past 2 years.
Yeah.
Mm.
And
As a Connecticut resident and somebody who
this is going
there's
live.
2 buildings that are on the list for Pittsburgh.
Whoa. Cathedral? How tall is Cathedral? What's the tallest in the United States? Cathedral? Yeah. Is Cathedral the tallest in the United States?
The Cathedral is let me see. Cathedral is the tallest in the U.S. and Western Hemisphere.
Nice.
The second tallest building is in the U.S. It's called the Vertical Campus Research University in Chicago.
Vertical campus. That's my kind of university right there.
It is 469 foot, 32 floors. Supposedly only opened 3 years ago.
That's nice.
None of the buildings in the top let's see. Rhodes Tower.
Where's
Cleveland
this?
State University is 363 feet, 20 floors.
Mm-hmm. Oh, by the way, you know that I monetize my videos. Yeah, you know I monetize my videos, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I kind of need permission to use the clip that you used in the of that video you're gonna upload because this is monetized.
What?
Yeah, I kind of need permission to use the Hyatt clip that you played that you screen shared to the live stream.
I don't think the screen share actually worked.
I don't know. The audio came through though.
University Hall, University of Illinois, Chicago, is 28 floors, 338 feet.
Mm-hmm.
The tallest in the Middle East is in Israel.
Now that's a relief. But anyway, we can keep talking on here, but I'm going to end the actual live part. But it was, it's nice having you on the live stream. And for all my viewers, this has been a nice long live stream. And I will have a video upload on Sunday. I'm going to schedule one to upload. It's not going to be a big one, but I will schedule. And that's it for the live stream part.